Once nestled atop a serene mountain stood a humble Buddhist monastery. Within its tranquil walls resided a venerable master and his devoted disciples, dedicating their lives to meditation and the pursuit of inner peace and mindfulness. Their days unfolded in quiet contemplation and profound silence. Among them was a young novice, sincere and eager, though newly embarked on the spiritual path. Like his brethren, each morning he descended to the village below to collect alms. One day, as the young disciple approached a dwelling, its door opened to reveal a young woman. She had just bathed, her damp hair softly framing a radiant face. The disciple, never having witnessed such beauty, found his gaze utterly ensnared. With a gentle smile, the woman withdrew, returning with food which she offered with profound reverence. The young monk thanked her and returned to the monastery, yet her image lingered vividly in his mind. The following morning he rose early and prepared swiftly. Though monastic tradition encouraged visiting diverse households daily, he felt an undeniable pull to return to the same house. When he knocked, the young woman greeted him once more with a bright smile, offering food respectfully. He accepted the offering and departed. One morning, the young monk arrived at her home earlier than usual. The woman, welcoming him at the door, politely explained, "Venerable sir, it is my custom to offer alms only after my bath. Today, you have come too soon. Kindly wait while I go to the river to bathe. I shall return to give you alms." The monk agreed. As soon as she set off for her bath, the young disciple covertly followed. The woman reached the river and began her ablutions. The young disciple, concealed behind a tree, watched intently. For a fleeting moment, guilt stirred in his heart. What am I doing? But then, the burgeoning desire within him surged, seizing control of his thoughts. He continued to watch, captivated. After her bath, the woman returned home. The young monk, having scurried back unnoticed, pretended to have been patiently waiting. She offered him food respectfully, blissfully unaware of his hidden transgression. From that day forward, this became his secret ritual. Each morning, he would furtively observe the woman bathing, then collect alms from her house. His conversations within the monastery ceased, and he often sat lost in reveries of the woman, his concentration during meditation faltering. The master, keenly observant, noticed the subtle shifts in his disciple. One day he gently inquired, "What troubles you, my son?" The disciple merely replied, "Nothing, master. I am simply unwell." The master remained calm but resolved to watch him more closely. The next morning, as the disciple departed for alms, the master quietly followed. From a distance, he witnessed everything. The disciple hiding behind a tree by the riverbank, secretly watching the woman bathe. The master sighed deeply, his heart heavy with sorrow. He silently approached the disciple, placing a firm hand on his shoulder. The young monk whirled around, startled and terrified. His face blanched and his entire body began to tremble. He stammered excuses, his voice quivering uncontrollably. The master said nothing, simply taking his hand and leading him towards the mountain. After a long ascent, they reached a murky, stagnant pond. Releasing his hand, the master spoke calmly. "Can you cross this pond and return?" Still frightened, the young monk nodded. He began to shed his robe, but the master immediately stopped him. "Why are you removing your robe?" he asked. The disciple replied, "Master, the pond is dirty. If I enter with my robe, it will get soiled and ruined." The master smiled gently. "You are unwilling to soil your robe, which is not very precious. Yet, you allowed your priceless mind to be stained so easily," he continued. "This robe can be washed with ease, but when the mind becomes soiled, it is not so simple to cleanse." He gestured towards the muddy water. "Desire is like this mud. At first it seems harmless, but once you step in, it clings to you. The more you struggle, the deeper you sink." He looked at the young monk. "In the same way, when you let desire into your mind, it stains you, it traps you, and if you don't stop, it pulls you down further and further." The young disciple felt a profound wave of shame wash over him. He had grasped the profound weight of his master's words. Tears streamed down his cheeks as he bowed. "Please forgive me, master. I have lost my way." The master gently placed his hand on his shoulder. "Falling is not your defeat, my son, but staying fallen is. Rise again, stronger and wiser. From that day forward, the young monk truly embarked on his genuine spiritual practice. He ceased his visits for alms. He fiercely fought his inner battles, diligently guarding his mind and purifying his heart. Years later, he blossomed into a revered teacher, celebrated for his profound wisdom and deep understanding. He often imparted to his disciples, "Victory over others is fleeting, but victory over oneself is eternal." Practical tips for cultivating a clear mind. In our lives, many people, especially the youth, frequently contend with unwanted thoughts, including those of a sexual nature. These thoughts can disturb our focus, distract us from our work or studies, and leave us feeling restless. The more we attempt to suppress them, the more forcefully they seem to return. It's crucial to understand that these thoughts are rarely random. They often arise from past experiences, things we've seen, watched, or imagined. While sexual urges are a natural part of human existence, after all, we are all born of that energy. Becoming obsessed with such thoughts is unhealthy. If your mind is constantly consumed by sexual thoughts, it often indicates that these thoughts have been repeatedly reinforced within your mental space, likely through exposure to certain content, particularly online. Today, a significant portion of internet content is pornographic. When someone consumes such material, those scenes and images become deeply embedded in their memory. Later, these thoughts resurface repeatedly, making it feel as though the mind is beyond control. However, the truth is simple. If you cease feeding your mind with such content, the intrusive thoughts will naturally begin to diminish. When you stop consuming explicit or vulgar material, your mind starts its natural healing process, and slowly, those images and imaginations will lose their grip. To accelerate this cleansing process and cultivate a peaceful, focused mind, consider these tips. Conscious input control. Be highly selective about the media you consume. This includes what you watch, read, and listen to. Actively avoid explicit, vulgar, or overly stimulating content that plants seeds of unwanted thoughts in your mind. Mindful awareness. Don't fight or suppress the thoughts violently, as this often gives them more power. Instead, acknowledge their presence without judgment, and then gently redirect your attention to your breath, a task, or a positive affirmation. The goal is to observe them, not to engage with them. Practice meditation. Meditation is a powerful tool for mental purification. Regular meditation helps you build a stronger muscle of awareness and control over your thoughts. It brings calmness, clarity, and inner strength, helping to erase deep impressions from the mind. Even 5-10 minutes daily can make a significant difference. Engage in healthy activities. Fill your time and mind with productive and positive activities. Pursue hobbies, exercise, read uplifting books, spend time in nature, or connect with supportive friends and family. A busy and engaged mind has less room for unwanted intrusions. Limit idle time. Boredom can be a gateway for unhelpful thoughts. Identify times when your mind tends to wander towards unwanted thoughts and strategically fill those gaps with constructive activities. Seek support if needed. If these thoughts feel overwhelming or are significantly impacting your life, don't hesitate to talk to a trusted friend, mentor, spiritual guide, or a mental health professional. Sometimes external support can provide new perspectives and coping strategies. By consciously protecting your mental input, practicing mindfulness, and nurturing your inner well-being, your mind will gradually become cleaner, more focused, and filled with unwavering strength.